Hi friends, hope everything is running fine. This is going to be a very important session. Here we will talk everything about UPSC Civil Services examination, and I'm pretty sure most of you are aware of what the exam is about. We know it is one of the toughest examinations in the world, one of the most complex examinations in the world. And you know the reasons, what makes it complex. First is, of course, we can consider the long process. It takes almost 10 to 12 months to complete the entire cycle of UPSC exam, right? And another factor is, of course, the percentage of students who got selected into services. It is less than 1%. Like, in last year, 2021, it was 0.17. And you have to learn, you have to study a lot of stuff. Almost all the humanities subjects like history, geography, polity, economy, then science subjects like environment, ecology, general science, then mathematics, English. Of course, you have to study almost everything, but there are misconceptions. Like you might have heard of you have to learn everything under the sun. You have to learn each and everything under the sun if you want to appear for UPSC. It is not. It is never not, because UPSC has a specific syllabus. Questions definitely comes from the syllabus. Hope you understood it, right? And another misconception is, of course, you might have heard of many of the motivational speakers might have told you that if you want to become a civil servant, if you want to clear what UPSC civil services, you have to start learning from your very childhood, right? It is not. Never. Even after starting your degree or your bachelor's, you can start preparing for the exam. It is not about the age. Of course, you have to grow some qualities at the time of your childhood. Of course, we come to that. And in this session, we will focus almost all points related to regarding UPSC civil services. Like what is civil services, who can apply for the exam, the structure or the pattern of the exam, and how to start preparing for the exam, and finally what does students do. That's the key point we have to discuss, and we will do it at the end of the session. Okay, so let's move on. These are the topics to be discussed. What is civil services, who can apply for the exam, structure of the exam, how to prepare for CSE, what does students do, and we have some subheadings. And under what is civil services, we will see the history of civil services and the services available in UPSC CSE. There are 24 services in CSE. Then features or specialities of the exam. Then who can apply? We will see eligibility, reservations, and of course the trends. Then structure of the exam, or we can say pattern of the exam. There are two phases, or there are two stages. Officially there are two stages. One is prelims. Stage 1 is prelims. After qualifying prelims, you'll get into second stage, and stage 2 consists of two type of tests. One is mains answer writing, and second is personality test or interview, right? Yes. Then how to prepare for the exam, how to start, how many years we want to prepare to clear the exam. Then coaching or without coaching, is there any advantage of having coaching? Yes, we will see all that. Then what do students do? Life goal, we will see life goal. Then demand of the exam. Of course, demand of the exam is the prime concern for an aspirant. First, we have to understand the demand of the exam, right? What does UPSC demands from us, from a candidate, right? From an aspirant. Yeah. So moving on, here is our first point. What is civil services? As we know, it is UPSC CSE is one of the most complex, one of the toughest examinations in the world. As I've already told you, based on various factors, we can say it is toughest. It is one of the toughest, right? Yes. One is the duration, the process cycle. It takes almost 10 to 12 months to complete the exam, to complete the entire process of the exam. You know that, right? And percentage of students who got selected into services is less than 1%, like 0.17. It was last year's pass percentage. Then you have to study a lot of stuff, right? Yes. Then it's conducted by UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. It's a constitutional body. It's an independent constitutional body actually. It's mentioned in Constitution. Okay, yeah. Then recruitment of highest civil services servants of the country. Of course, UPSC CSE is conducted to select highest civil servants of our country or for our country, like IAS, IPS, IFS, Indian Administrative Service, IAS, Indian Foreign Service, IFS, Indian Police Service, IPS, and there are a lot of other services. Actually, there are 24 services, right? So this is the basic, the core of CBS, what UPSC Civil Service exam. Okay, yeah. Then let's see the history of UPSC exam or CSE exam. When we say UPSC, it means Civil Services exam. Okay, yeah. So even before British Crown, the Queen came into power. We were under the control of East India Company, right? East India Company, and even at the time of East India Company, there were servants, civil servants, but they were not from India. They were from what? Britain, right? Yes. Then at the time of EIC, East India Company, civil servants used to be directly nominated by the East India Company directors, trained at Hailbury College, London. That was the condition. That was the that was the time they select, or the members are getting nominated, right? Yes. But Lord Macaulay, he emphasized on English education in India, right? Yes. Based on his report, he emphasized on merit-based, competitive, exam-based selection of civil servants. After Lord Macaulay's report came, it was actually based on merit-based and competition-based, right? Competition-based, and it was started in 1854, and in 1864, Satyendranath Tagore succeeded in clearing the exam. Satyendranath Tagore is the brother of Rabindranath Tagore. Then in India, Government of India Act 1919, one of the most important acts of British, that is Government of India Act 1919, Montfort Act, right? Montagu-Chelmsford Act, and Government of India Act 1935, another very important act in Indian history. Government of India Act 1935. Many of the provisions have taken from this Government of India Act 1935 in our Constitution, right? Yes. Then PSC, Public Service Commission, became Federal Public Service Commission, and after we got a republic, it became UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. So this is a brief history of civil service, right? Yes. The derivation of what? The UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, from the East India Company, right? Yes. So hope you understood this. Then let's look at the services. Okay, actually there are 24 services available under CSE, or 24 services are filled through CSE, Civil Services Examination. Out of lakhs of aspirants, less than 1,000 are selected each year. There are three types of services. We can categorize CSE or civil services in mainly three categories. One is all India services like IAS, IPS, IFOS, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Police Service, and Indian Forest Service. Then Group A services like IFS, IAS, then IAS and IRS, and there are some other services as well. IFS, Indian Foreign Service, IAS, Indian Accounts and Audit Service, IAS, Indian Information Service, then IRS, Indian Revenue Service, right? Then Group B services, Armed Forces Headquarters, Civil Servants Services, yeah. Then PCS for Pondicherry Civil Services, then PPS for Pondicherry Police Service, okay, etc. There are some other services comes under Group B. So these are the three types of services which are filled by the UPSC or through CSE examination to fill up 24 various services. Okay, it is not conducted only for IAS, IPS, and IFS or IRS. There are 24 different services, and all these services are filled by or filled through CSE or UPSC exam. Okay, yeah. Then what makes it special? Let's see some very interesting facts about UPSC CSE. In 2021, last year, around 9,70,000 candidates appeared for prelims. It's almost 10 lakhs, right? Yes. About 10,000 qualified for mains exam. It's about 10,000 candidates out of 9,70,000 qualified for mains. Just calculate the percentage. Conducted to fill 712 posts. Actually, UPSC will declare the number of vacancies, and it was done for 712 posts, but only 685 candidates recommended. What happened to others? Actually, UPSC most of the time they will announce, or they'll notify the number of vacancies, but most of the time what we can see is they haven't filled all the seats because they couldn't find the apt candidates. That's a very speciality of UPSC exam. Okay, it is not for filling up all the vacancies. Most of the time it is not happening. Hope you understood the one of the most important, the most highlighting feature, right? Yes. Then qualification rate is about 0.07 percentage. The qualification rate is about 0.07 percentage, and for prelim it is 0.157. So just by seeing the statistics, you can understand one thing. This makes the UPSC CSE one of the toughest, one of the most complex exam, right? Yes, in the world, not in India. When we consider the globe, world, it is. So I hope it is interesting, right? Yes. Still, I will tell you, it is not unachievable. It is, but we have to understand what the exam actually demands from us. What UPSC demands from a candidate, right? Why they conduct the exam in a span of 1 year? What will be the logic? Why they are conducting the exam in 2 phases? The first, prelims, one of the most complex, or one of the most toughest phase, one of the toughest phases in the exam, or stages in the exam, that is prelims, right? Yes. Then comes mains, then interview. So what is the logic of having all these stages? We are coming to it. Just have your own understanding, okay? Yeah. Then who can apply? Who can apply for this exam? Of course, a graduate. If you are graduate in any of the discipline, you can apply, right? Yes. Must hold a degree, government recognized, of course, or equivalent of final year. If you are a final year student, you can apply for it. If you are doing, if you have completed, considering MBBS, if you have completed 5 years, you can apply. Even if you're doing your house urgency, you can apply for the exam. Or any basic degree course, BSc. In the final year, you can apply for the exam. Okay, yes. Then for IAS and IPS, must be a citizen of India. If you want to get into these 2 services, IAS and IPS, you must be a citizen of India. But all India services, we have seen all India services, India, Nepal, Bhutan, etc. can attend the exam. Candidates from Bhutan, they send their candidates or their future civil servants for their training at Labasna, Missouri, along with our Indian students or Indian candidates. They are also completing their training process at Labasna in Missouri, that. Then minimum 21 years and not more than 32 years. Of course, there are relaxations. There must be minimum 21 and not more than 32. That's the general criteria, okay? That's the general criteria. And reservation. Let's look at the reservation. For general and EWS, economically weaker sections, it is 32 years. And you can have maximum 6 attempts. For general and EWS, the maximum age is 32. And you can have maximum 6 attempts. And OBC, other backward classes, 32 years plus 3 years age relaxation is offered. Plus you can have 9 attempts. You can have maximum 9 attempts. That means 32 plus 3, 35. You can write up to 35. Then SC/ST, scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, they can write the exam 32 plus 5 years, 37, right? Yes. Then unlimited number of attempts can be made for SC and ST. Then for physically disabled, 32 plus 10 years, total 9 attempts. So this is the general reservation statistics we can see. So hope you understood, right? Yes. It's also important, but when you start in at your early days, soon after completing your degree or your bachelor's, it's not a big issue, right? Yes. But still, you can see one thing: there are 6 attempts for general, there are 9 attempts for OBC, unlimited for SC/ST, 9 for PED. Many students are making advantage out of it. Okay, there were students who qualified for the CSE in his or her last attempt, maybe sixth, maybe ninth. Okay, you can see some examples on it. Yeah. Then trends. Let's see some trends. This is one of the misconceptions most of the students and parents are having. Many are saying, especially some motivational speakers, out of my 12 years of teaching experience, what I understood is they are actually trained to tell something specific, right? They cannot go beyond it. So every time they'll try to motivate you, but they are not properly trained to train you in this. It is a special exam, right? It is a special exam, and okay, in our society there are some misconceptions like engineers are qualified. Mostly engineers are qualified in the exam. Actually, engineers qualified has increased since 2010. From 2013, the pattern has changed, right? The exam pattern has changed. CSAT has have been introduced. So after the introduction of CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test, it finds easy for science background students because it consists of 3 papers, right? Not 3 papers, 3 various topics like English comprehension, then reasoning, then basic arithmetic, mathematics. So it's easy for science background students, other than humanities or humanities, right? Yes. But see this, Shruti Sharma, All India Rank 1, 2021, last year. She is from humanities background. She has had her graduation in history. So what does it show? Actually, I've seen some statistics months back. What it shows is there is not a fixed number of students from this background, that background, or some other background have been selecting every year. It is not. There is no such trend. Those who are doing well is getting selected every year. It is not all about engineers. It's not all about MBBS. It's not all about IITs or IAMs, right? Or when we consider humanities from JNU or from Delhi University, it is not that. Others are equally qualifying the exam. Okay, others from normal colleges are also qualifying the exam. So it's not a big deal considering they are qualifying more numbers than this category. There is no such trend. Okay, that is why I have included Shruti Sharma here in this slide. Hope you understood this, right? If you want to crack UPSC CSE, you do not have to be a graduate from IIT. Of course, that is a good, of course, that's a good backup for you, right? But even if you don't qualify or you don't have your degree from such prestigious institutions in India, even then you can qualify the exam. That's what I mean. Okay. Moving on, structure of the exam. A very important part of this session, structure of the exam. Actually, there are 2 stages in this exam. There are 2 stages in UPSC CSE. Stage 1 consists of prelims exam, and stage 2 consists of 2 tests. One is mains and the other one is personality test or interview. So let's look at prelims first. One of the complex phases or stages in this exam. Almost 10 lakh students are candidates are at trying their prelims. Sorry, trying their prelims, and out of 10 lakh, only 10,000 students are being selected for the next phase. That's what means. So it seems to be tough, right? Yes, it is. Seriously, it is. Then it consists of 2 papers, GS1 and GS2. GS for General Studies. General Studies 1 and General Studies 2. And General Studies 1 is subject specific. You'll have questions from your syllabus like, from history, geography, polity, economy, environment, ecology, general science, science and tech. Okay, from anywhere you can have questions, but it's also specific. Okay, yeah, not under the sun, not everything under the sun, it's not. Then GS1 consists of 100 questions, total marks 200. That means 1 question carries 2 marks, right? Yes, and duration of the exam is 2 hours. It is subject specific. And you have negative mark 1/3. Then GS2 CSAT, Civil Service Aptitude Test, there will be 80 questions. Why 80? Because you have comprehension, mathematics, reasoning. So it takes time, right? Then 200 marks, 2 hours. And one question carries 2.5 marks. There also you have what? Negative marks. The negative marks for both GS1 and GS2. GS2 is qualifying in nature with 33% marks. GS2, that is CSAT, is qualifying. You just have to score 33% marks. Okay? You have to, make only 27, 28 correct out of 80 questions. Okay? Hope you understood, right? Prelims consists of 2 papers, GS1 and GS2. GS1 is subject specific. History, geography, all the subjects. Then GS2 is CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. It has 80 questions, but GS1 has 100 questions. GS1, 100 questions, 200 marks. GS2, that is 80 questions, 200 marks, 2.5 marks each. And GS2 is, that is CSAT, is qualifying. Qualifying nature, okay? Yeah. Both is negative marks, okay? Have negative marks here. Then let's look at stage 2, that is mains. So seeing this, you may be feeling some, disturbance, right? It is not. Okay, you can see a table having a paper, subject, duration, and IS total marks. Paper 1, compulsory Indian language, 3 hours, 300 marks. Then paper B, that is English. It's a compulsory paper, 3 hours, 300 marks. Then paper 1, it's essay. That is 3 hours, 250 marks. And the coming papers are having 250 marks. Paper 1 is essay. Okay, paper 2, general studies 1. You have subjects like history, geography, Indian art and culture, right? Yes. Then 3 hours, 250 marks. Paper 3, general studies, paper 2 consists of subjects like polity, constitution, governance, social justice, international relations. Yes. Duration is same for all the papers. And general studies 3 is having science and tech, Indian economy, environment, ecology. Yes, okay. Then paper 4, it's a very important paper. All are important papers, but paper 4 or general studies GS4 is about ethics. Ethics, integrity and aptitude. Okay, 3 hours, 250. And paper 6 and 7 are optional papers. There are a set of papers you can select as optional. So there are 2 papers, optional 1 and optional 2. Optional 2 is quite difficult, tough than optional 1. The kind of questions vary. Okay, yes. So paper A and paper B are of qualifying in nature. Okay, and you must score only 25%, just like CSAT. Paper A and paper B, compulsory Indian language. You can opt any of the language, Indian language mentioned in UPSC. Okay, yeah. Then paper 2 is, of course, paper B is English. Okay, proficiency in English. And these 2 papers are qualifying in nature. You just score 25%, right? Then stage 2 has one more, test, that is interview, personality test or interview. It has 275 marks. And sometimes you might have heard, UPSC has 3 phases, 3 stages: prelims, mains, and interview. But officially, there are only 2 stages. Stage 1 is prelims, and stage 2 is mains plus interview, mains plus personality test. Together consider stage 2. Okay, yeah. Then grand total, it is 2025 marks. And you can see a very interesting fact. Shruti Sharma, AR 1, All India rank 1, scored 1105 marks. That means 54.57% marks. What does it mean? Just think of it, okay? Yeah. There are some, very interesting facts in it. Actually, we can't discuss everything in this video, and we will do more videos. Okay, I'll explain why this is, why such a statistics can be seen here in this particular exam. Okay, we will see it anyway, not in this session. And of course, meanwhile, you can have a thought about it. Okay, you can think about it. Yeah. The nature of questions. We have already seen the nature of questions for prelims. It is objective in nature, right? It's an objective OMR test. But Mains is writing, descriptive test. Okay, writing. Mains you can have 10 marker questions and 15 marker questions. You have to write like essays. Okay, 10 marker word limit is 150 marks, and for 15 mark it is 250 words. For 10 marker 150 words, 15 marker it is 250 words. Then these are the two types of questions you can expect in mains. Then the question papers, other than the literature of language papers, are set in Hindi and English. Then candidates have the option to write their answers either in English or in any one of the 8 scheduled languages, except the qualifying language papers, paper A and paper B. You know, paper A and paper B are of qualifying in nature, right? Compulsory Indian language and English. So that must be written in that particular language. But all other papers can be written in any of the languages mentioned in 8th schedule. Actually, there are 22 languages mentioned in 8th schedule of the Constitution. So you can write. You can choose any of the language. If you're comfortable in Hindi, you can write in Hindi. If you're comfortable in Malayalam, you can write in Malayalam. Telugu. Okay. Tamil. Yes. Moving on. Let's see the syllabus. Syllabus of UPSC. Syllabus for UPSC mains GS 1. Indian heritage, Indian culture, history of the world and society, geography of the world and society. Then general studies paper 2. It has governance, constitution, polity, social justice and IR, international relations. And GS 3, paper 4, technology, science and technology, economic development. We call it as Indian economy, right? Then biodiversity, environment, security and disaster management. And GS 4, it is 3 subjects, topics, ethics, integrity and aptitude. Ethics, integrity and aptitude. Many of the students are giving less importance to general GS4, but it is not. It's a highly scoring paper, right? Yes, GS. Yeah. Then here is our last topic, last two topics: how to prepare for CSE, and we will see what does students do. So let's see how to prepare for CSE. You can at any time before the age limit. You can apply for the exam at any time before the age limit. If you are at 25, you can. If you are at 30, you can. If you are at 31, you can. If you are at 32, you can. Right? Yes. But it is good to start seriously after your graduation. Even at the time of your graduation, if you have some sort of affection towards this CSE, civil service, do develop it. Okay, don't expect someone to get it done for you. Do watch related videos. There are a lot of content available here in YouTube. Okay, yeah, and okay, we all we are too trying to develop some videos and other stuff related to this in the coming days. Of course, we do. Then good to start seriously after graduation, so you can have more attempts, right? Yes. Then at least 1 year dedicated consistent preparation is needed. The exam cycle itself takes 1 year, and even before the exam you have to prepare 1 year, right? So it takes 2 years, right? Minimum 2 years. So dedicated preparation is needed. And another misconception: someone might told you 12 to 16 hours of studies are needed to crack this exam. It is not. If you're a consistent student, if you're a dedicated student, 6 to 8 hours of consistent study plan is enough. But if you're a serious candidate, you will definitely go beyond that. But it must be consistent. If you're doing 6 hours today, don't go for 4 hours tomorrow. It must be 6 hours or more than 6 hours, right? Yes. So consistency is the key to crack this exam. Then coaching helps aspirant to be in track. Of course, coaching, you can crack this exam without coaching and having coaching. But if you don't have an understanding of what the exam is demanding, of course you need coaching. There is nothing wrong in taking coaching. Okay, So it helps you in making spirit, right, to be in track. You will never derail, or the possibility of derailing is very minimum, right? Very minimal. Yes, of course. So sorry. Then let's see the last topic. What does students do? What does students do? It's okay. It's not at all recommended to advisable to start your preparation when you are in first standard or in fifth standard. It is not. Actually, the basic material we do at the time of doing this CSE preparation is the NCRTs, right? That's the base material, NCRTs of class 6 to 8. And that doesn't mean when you're doing your 6 to 8, you start doing it. There is no logic in it, right? There is no logic in it, okay? So, it's definitely good to have a dream of CS in childhood. It will help you in being focused. First, you have to dream, right? Dreaming doesn't do something special alone. If you dream, you must have a plan, right? And go with the plan, execute it. That's the very idea. Focus on your academics. When you're doing a schooling, when you're doing your, UG, PG, whatever it is, be specific, be serious in your academics. There must not be any compromise on it, okay? Then learn the habit of learning. Do you know what's the meaning of learn the habit of learning? When you're preparing for CSE, you have to study at least 6 to 8 hours, right? 6 to 8, 6 to 10, 6 to 12, 6 to 3 hours, no problem, okay? Yes. Minimum, okay, it must be 6, right? Okay. So, learn the habit of learning in your childhood. Please don't be a student like, studying only for the exam. Because you need a lot of skills to qualify this exam. You need analytical skills, you need reading skills, you need speaking skills, you need skill in vocabulary, you need interpretation skills, right? These are some of the skills or qualities you must have to be developed before starting dreaming of CSE. Okay, that's why I focused on academics. Learn the habit of learning. Okay, then participate in all the activities, not only academics. You participate academics, non-academics, sports, arts, what else? Okay, that gives you a sound base in leadership qualities, right? Yes, so participating all the activities. Don't look, okay, whether it is apt for me or not. You're a child, right? Yes, okay. Participating all the activities, it will definitely bring leadership quality in you. Okay, definitely UPSC demands the leadership qualities. Okay, yes. Problem solving, of course, one among it. Then habit of newspaper reading. You have to read the newspaper every day. It must be a routine for you. Okay, yes. Because it helps you in developing the vocabulary, right? English newspapers. Okay, especially English newspapers. Not in your vernacular language. Of course, you can read it, no problem. But give more importance to English, because you may be going and writing the exam in English, right? Yes. Then participate in quiz competitions and essay writing competitions, because when you participate in quiz competitions, what actually automatically develop in your brain is knowledge acquiring process, right? Acquiring knowledge. And of course, if you're a quizzer, automatically that develops a lot of qualities like competition spirit, right? Competition spirit. Then your brain will be too developed to fetch or to store, more like a normal student. A normal student, okay, for example, a normal student can grasp only 10 stuff in 1 minute. You can grasp 20 or 30 stuff in 1 minute. That's a very idea of it, okay? Yes. Then vocabulary building, of course, you need a good vocabulary, especially in mains examination. Then consistently good at academics. Of course, you must be consistently good at academics. That is why many are saying IITians or IIMs or MBBS or engineers are qualifying most. It is not. Okay, it is not. see the statistics, you'll understand it. Then try to get into best colleges in India. Okay, best colleges like IITs and IIMs. Not only IITs and IIMs and IITs. Okay, there are a lot of other colleges like Delhi University colleges. Okay, yeah, there are other triple ITs. Lot of colleges are there. Okay, yes, it's about academics. I have strictly focused on academics. You must have the quality of learning, right? Learn the habit of learning. That's I've specifically written it. Learn the habit of learning. Then participate in all the activities, almost all the activities that will help you in developing many qualities. Okay, many qualities that you need to crack this exam. All those qualities are very essential to crack this exam. Hope you understood all the point we have discussed here, and of course all the very best for your future, and stay tuned for more videos. And before concluding, hope you understood almost all the things we have discussed so far. Then go through the video. I think I've included each and every point in this. Okay, especially for students. Okay, especially for young aspirants. I would say young aspirants. So please don't have blind faith on anyone. Okay, that is why I have focused on academics. If you're sound in academics, you will automatically develop a character of interpreting things, logically interpreting things, not emotionally. Logically interpreting things. That is very essential to crack this exam. Okay, so I don't mean you trust no one. It is not that, but must not have blind faith on anyone. Okay, yes, you develop the quality of reading, you develop the quality of acquiring knowledge, you develop the quality of leadership, vocabulary building. All these are very essential for UPSC CSE. Okay, to clear UPSC CSE. So hopefully you understood everything, and we will try to make more videos in it. And okay, in the coming lectures we will have some general videos like this. Okay, so thank you very much. Hopefully see you next time. Take care.